Bill Bartlett. I bought this 6140 Lugger in 1993. It's aboard a 45-foot wooden lobster boat. It's heavy, 42,000 pounds. And had very good luck with the engine, good performance, a lot of low-end torque, tremendous amount of low-end torque. Torque's all the way right up through the RPMs. And on fuel, it seems to be about comparable to the rest of the 600 horsepower engines, maybe just a little bit better, but overall pretty close. We get 18.5 knots at wide open, 13.5, 14 knots at a 650 cruise. And the reason why I bought the engine was the fact that it's got individual heads on it. The engine's very ruggedly built. Got a lot of cubic inch for the amount of horsepower that it has. Seems fairly easy to work on. Had good luck with the performance of it so far. The service has been good. And I've had good luck with everything. It's 10,000 hours on it. And everything seems to be going good.
I'm Dave Greenlee. It's my boat to Miss Penelope. 76-foot steel hull, stern dragger. 4 years ago, I put a Lugger 6170 in. It's hooked up to a 6-to-1 wrench gear, turning a 62 by 71.5-inch skewed Kaplan wheel inside a nozzle. That she'll turn 1800 tied to the dock. I replaced a 3412 cat. I've had absolutely no trouble with the Lugger. It has just shy of 16,000 hours on it. I couldn't be happier. I haven't had to do any work to the engine except adjust the valves and change the oil. Fuel consumption's down about 100 gallons a day over the cat. It doesn't use any oil between changes. It's already paid for itself. I've recommended it to a lot of people. I'd recommend it to anybody. For this application, bottom dragging, I don't think you can beat it. I know Caterpillar can't beat it. Smooth, quiet, no vibration in the engine whatsoever. Doesn't soot up the rigging. Virtually impossible to get it to smoke. It's a good piece of equipment, real good piece of equipment. I'm tickled right to death with it.
I'm David Johnson, fishing out of Long Island, Casco Bay, Maine. We repowered 2.5 years ago with a Lugger 6125, rated at 460 horsepower. The boat is 42 feet long, 15.5 feet wide. She draws roughly 5 feet of water. We're swinging a 32-34 on a 2.5-to-1 reduction gear. We're in the off season with eel, and we approximately travel 100 miles a day. And this engine allows us to do that in less time. She cruises in the 14-15 mile an hour range, and it's worked fairly well. We've got 6,600 hours on it now, and the engine itself worked flawlessly. The only problem we have had is the transmission oil cooler, but that was fixed, and we've had no problem with that since. But fuel economy is we burn roughly 7 gallons an hour we're putting in 10, 12-hour days. That's about all I can think of her.
Well, that's very nice. Thanks, David.
My name is George Duclos. I'm the Chief Executive Officer of Gladding-Hearn Shipbuilding in Somerset, Massachusetts. Behind me is the new catamaran being built for Highline cruises on Cape Cod to run to Nantucket. Their present vessel now, the Gray Lady 1, has Northern Lights generators, and they are very satisfied with the equipment, and The new vessel, Grey Lady 2, will be equipped with the Northern Lights generators. Gladding-Hearn has used Northern Lights for quite a long time, and they've been very satisfactory in our high-speed ferries. They're lightweight, quiet, and very reliable.
My name's Jay Gallup from Rhode Island Engine Company. We're in Point Judith, Rhode Island, a commercial fishing fleet port. Rhode Island Engine Company's been in business for the past 50 years. I'm third generation, and we've been dealing with Alaska Diesel for the past 15 or 16 years since they really set up their dealer network. We were quite intrigued with the idea of using a John Deere engine as a propulsion engine, as it had never been done before, and it proved to be very successful. We sold a lot of the very first luggers that they came out with. Then as the generator business evolved, we use almost exclusively Northern Lights marine generators in all our applications, commercial and pleasure. As the requirements changed for the local people here with their horsepower requirements for lobster boats, they kind of outgrew the John Deere, and Alaska Diesel, being a good company, brought in the Komatsu line. We've sold many of those, and they've been very successful in supplying our customers with the horsepower they need to do the job they want to do. We use Northern Lights and luggers every day, and we will continue to sell them. It's a good product.
My name is Bob Harder, and my son and I have the North Sea in Hampton Bays, Long Island, and we have a lugger in there. What is it, the 140, 470 horsepower, continuous. And boy, that rascal's the cat's pedazza for us. You know, I'm not a mechanic, and I don't know all about the inside of the engine and all that, but I know it's economical. And we have another lugger in another boat we bought in 1984, and that rascal's given us good service. You know, the one thing that really amazes me is how in the wintertime we don't have any heat in the engine room or anything like that, and it can be bitter cold out. And those rascals, they grunt once and they're ready to roll.
My name's Chris Harder. I'm a crewman aboard the North Sea, my father's vessel. She's a stout little boat, but she is small. But we've been real happy with the lugger that we have. There's been very little maintenance on the motor. And it's been a matter of changing fluids, oil filters, air filters. Outside of that, there's really been nothing to do. The motor burns very little fuel, and we could do most anything that a 600 horsepower boat can do. It's been very good to us thus far, a little over 7,000 hours in about 3 years. So hope it continues.
Hi, I'm Mark Schweitzer, Point Judith, Rhode Island. I got a 45-foot Stanley, Erica Knight. Nice boat, 6125 lugger, 13,000 hours on it, and it's a sweet engine, sweet package. If I had to repower tomorrow, that's what I'd go with. Either one of the luggers, the bigger one, if financing permitting, or the 6125 as things stand. That's a good engine, good boat.